So, Josh has created a super fun video. As a gamer girl myself, I always enjoy when we get personally called out, and I'm actually quite curious to hear all about how to get apparently a gamer girl for yourself. I would love to credit or discredit this information. So, without further ado, let's watch the video.
More pickup lines for gamer girls. How do you pick up a gamer girl? Okay, I like to consider myself a bit of a gamer. I've played Tetris.
To be honest, I don't know enough about his background, and I have no clue if he has a gamer girl for himself or not. But I'm still curious about what he has to say.
I've played Pong. I've input the cheat code to get all the money at The Sims. Let me explain
Me
how
too.
you pick up a gamer girl. First of all, it's very important to understand that girls, they don't play real games, do
Excuse me? Oh gosh, like I remember back in the day, like I used to visit the PC arcade as like a game center with like all the PCs and stuff. And I remember some guys like trolling me, and instead of my, I don't know, my WoW, my Hearthstone, like all the games that I used to play back then, like they would open tabs of like Barbie simulators and whatnot, and some of them would be like, "Hey, you belong in a kitchen and not here." They thought they were funny, but nah.
they? Girls play The Sims, they play Nintendogs, they play
Sims is fun until you get to the point where you turn all your Sims characters into real life. Like when they start getting into this routine, when your couples get married and they have like little kids and they have to go to work and they never see each other because they work different shifts and whatnot. Like that's when Sims gets really depressing, and no one likes to play that. I assure you.
Dark Souls 2. Not games that we would consider games. They play global thermonuclear warfare. They play the SpongeBob game.
Are you serious? Those are
They play the
good.
Simpsons Hit and Run, but only emulated, so you don't get all the sound.
What?
That's what they play. They play The Sims 2. That's all girls do. Play Sim, eat hot chip, and lie.
The chat is like someone's about to get triggered. I'm already super triggered. Like, what?
That's the gamer girl. So have you ever actually seen a girl? Tell me right now, have you ever actually seen a girl sitting there with a controller in her hand playing a game?
What?
No, you haven't.
What?
You've only seen pictures or videos where that is a situation that starts the whole.
What? What? He's literally asking this question to his chat who do not have a gamer girl in their natural habitat. It's normal that they see pictures and videos because, I don't know. What?
Scenario, and I guarantee if you look at the detail in that video, the controller isn't even turned on.
Someone in the chat is like, I married the first one I saw.
The TV isn't turned on, it's not plugged in. It's not even a video game console. It's an upside down air fryer. That's what it is. Okay, let me explain to you how you pick up a gamer girl. It depends on what the girl is playing. I mean, basically what gamer girls love is they love having their knowledge tested on whatever they're playing, because that lets them prove that they're a real fan. I guarantee this works. So, like, if you see a girl playing Mario, you've got to walk over and say, "Oh, name all the Mario games." And you know what? They fucking love it. Because then they get to show you their true knowledge.
That's not what we do.
And you are actually doing a service to gaming kind. Because if they turn around and go, "Oh, I don't actually know any Mario game," they immediately, legally, have to put the controller down and leave. It's like if you see anyone wearing a band t-shirt, you're allowed to walk up to them and go, "Oh, you like the band? Who was the third drummer? Who did the bassist date 3 years ago?" That's what.
Dude, where is he getting all this info? Like, these are lies! All lies!
Because if they don't know, they don't truly love the game. So basically what it is if you see a girl playing a game, walk over, ask them about the game. Walk over, ask them about all of that. If they're playing World of Warcraft, walk over, ask them if they are grinding for their boyfriend. Ask them if they're, gathering some supplies.
No!
That's what it is. See? They love it. They absolutely love it when you assume that they don't know what they're doing. Josh,
wow.
You're going to get cancelled. I would Gamergate. You know what? That's one of the best ways to pick people up in general. I'm not going to talk about politics because I am not brave enough for politics. But
yo, I hope his chat doesn't think he's actually serious.
I guarantee the best way to get a gamer girl attracted to you is to ask their opinion about really, really kind of diversive politics, that kind of stuff. Things that really, divide people. That's the best way to do it. It's the best way to start any kind of conversation. My girlfriend plays Elden Ring and I don't. How am I supposed to ask her questions about it? Okay, Raz, look. The next time you see your girlfriend playing Elden Ring, I need you to really, really look at the screen. Because if you look long enough, you will realise she's actually playing very heavily modded Nintendogs. No girl can play Elden Ring. Physically impossible. Only Nintendogs. That's all they can do.
Oh, wow.
That's what it is. If Josh ever gets cancelled, I'll make 100,000 Twitch accounts. Sometimes they'll play Pokemon.
Dude, I know dope guys who play Pokemon. What do you mean?
Sometimes they'll play Pokemon. That's what it is. It's basically Sims with combat. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Where is Billy when you need her? I'd assume she's playing Nintendogs. That's what I would assume. Sometimes you'll find a girl playing them.
Dude, I approached this video with, semi-serious attitude. And I'm, sitting here just praying hard for all these unfortunate chat souls who are like, this is the shit,
An Ashley dress-up game. Sometimes Barbie Race and Ride. Sometimes Stardew Valley. Right, so gamer girls, how does a gamer guy pick you up? Maybe if a guy walked over to you and said, hey, are you looking for a player too? And you'll look back and go, I'm playing Dark Souls. It's one player. Don't even offer any explanation. Are you looking for a player too? I'm playing World of Warcraft. There are millions of people online over the week. So no, not really. Just use Raid Finder. Just use Group Finder. I don't need you. In fact, if anything, if you started playing the game, it would take you weeks to get up to where I am to be useful in any way. You know what I think is really annoying is I think it's limiting that girls can only play healers. It's a shame. I mean, obviously the guys play the tanks and the damage dealers because they are the...
As a tank, I feel personally called out.
Difficult roles, and we have to play them. But in a way, it's nice that MMORPGs give girls a thing to do. They put their healers in there. Can you imagine if someone joined the chat right now and didn't know that I'm just being incredibly facetious? Just joking about the whole thing about this. Just baiting those...
no matter how much you know that he's joking about these things, getting these things out there, knowing, the amount of unfortunate people that are gonna hear this, that's what truly hurts you. It's not the jokes. I get the jokes. It still hurts that there is not even a little bit of truth in them, but I don't know, just some sort of a reason or excuse for people to believe that it's okay to spread these lies about us.
Saying just people, do you want me to fight you? I mean, you can't fight on The Sims. If we did, Nisa, are you a gamer girl that's annoyed at me? Because I've played The Sims. If you're annoyed at me, we can just high five until you forgive me. That's a mechanic. That's how it works. If you want, we can fight on like Dead or
Wow.
Alive or Tekken. I would suggest Tekken because it's a really good fighting game, but we can do the Dead or Alive beach volleyball if that's something that you prefer to do. You know, the easier one. Unless you're playing Final Fantasy 14, I guess. Oh, all the
The
cat girls.
nerve.
Look, MMORPG. Many men online role playing girls. That's how it works.
Wow. Wow, I am never ever clicking on any of Josh's videos expecting wisdom ever again. Okay, in all seriousness, this was funny, but like there's no universe in which you're not feeling called out by this. Like even just like a little bit, like there's this like, just like a little bit of pain that you feel when you hear these things because you know okay, you know that there's just a little bit of truth in some of these things. I will never admit which ones they are. Right now, I'm gonna call all of them lies. None of it is true. But damn, to go out there and just like, oh, oh, this hurt. This really hurt.